Hello folks, back here with day 9, 10, and 11. So sorry sometimes life gets in the way of making a daily video.
So we'll just have 3 days in one.
3 days in one, sort of a festive kind of thing, I guess, whatever. So happy 4th to all the people in America. Happy Independence Day to our American brethren. What I want to show here, so from yesterday, well, the last pick was mine, Gordon Bach, Peter Kagan and the Wind. That was on the Folk Legacy label.
I showed Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
So I kind of went, and I think you
kind of a
theme. So we
I
kind of
didn't
went.
really mean to, though.
One thing that definitely the holidays does for me, I always sort of think of traditions and, always kind of have sort of traditions, I guess, through the holidays. 4th of July is always one too. So I kind of went with a nostalgia kind of theme here with these ones. You can still hear our neighbors shooting off fireworks over there.
Festive.
But this is one that one of the first albums that I ever had. It was basically on CD. I went to CD shopping with my dad, and this is sort of a 4th of July tradition for me. Every 4th of July I wake up and I listen to the Star Spangled Banana off of this one. Jimi Hendrix, of course. I think the Woodstock album, I think it's an essential album. I played it out. I probably was maybe about 13 or 14 years old. I got it at the CD store, and I told my dad, I said, hey, do you want to go home and listen to this? Because I thought my dad was like this big hippie, because he lived through the 60s and all that, and I was wrong. But you know what I mean. But it's it's just not music that he listens to. This wasn't his thing. So he listened to other stuff. And to my horror, the first time I heard Country Joe and the Fish doing the Fish Cheer, which we had the pleasure of listening to this today, of course. So, but the Woodstock album, is just a great document. Especially this one. There's definitely some other ones that have come out since then. They've done the full set for Edgar Winter and Johnny Winter, and I think Janis Joplin, and I think also Sly and the Family Stone, which I do have that one. And I think Santana too. I may be wrong about Janis Joplin. I'm not sure offhand. But they have the full sets that they performed. Jimi Hendrix, of course, has his full thing, and they actually have the video of the full set. So, just great stuff. Triple album. I'm sure they've seen it before if they have it. Of course, then you have the...
You gotta get flagged for nudity now.
Flagged for nudity. You have the full concert sort of thing on the inside. So, great stuff. So, of course, the Incredible String Band. They didn't make the cut. CCR is not on here. The band. There's so many artists that appeared at Woodstock that just didn't appear on this album. But still, in my opinion, essential. This is one of the cornerstones of my musical collection, I'd say. So, you gonna take the next one? You want me to do mine?
Oh, well, you just do your...
Okay. So, my next pick, this one is The Live Adventures of Mike Bloomfield and Al Kooper. This is another phenomenal album, double album, recorded at the Fillmore Auditorium. This is definitely an album when I was working at a record store, basically. I purchased this, I came across it, and this sort of became like the only album that I listened to when I was working there. So if I was working, there was a good chance that I was playing this, so you would hear this. But really cool stuff. Skip Prokop and John Connor on here. I forget which one was which. One of them I think was in the band Lighthouse, maybe both of them. I'm not sure. And of course, I think Carlos Santana appears on one of the songs. Kind of the same thing. Mike Bloomfield sort of did the same thing on this album as he did with Super Session, just kind of up and left. So they didn't do the whole concert, but I just think it's a fantastic album. 59th Street Bridge song, Feeling Groovy, great track.
When we first started dating, you were playing that a lot.
Because that was sort of...
That was really the first time I heard it, and it's very good. Good memories of listening to that.
Norman Rockwell was on the cover. So, and my last one, and this one is an album I was listening to, over the last couple of days. Again, this is another one I had sort of on CD first. One of the very early CDs, probably the same time around when I got the Woodstock album. So the track listing is a little bit different on the CD than it is on the LP, but it still follows pretty close. and that's the Animals' Greatest Hits. I sort of got this one probably when I was about 19 years old or so, and you're kind of going through that angsty period of your life. That was sort of for me. And some of the tracks on here, like "It's My Life," "It's my life. I'll do what I want," and "We got to get out of this place because people are shooting fireworks off next door." But I mean, it was that album. I felt like it kind of spoke to me. Like it wasn't songs about girls and things like that. Well, it could have been, but to me, it was more so about kind of finding your own thing and to quote Fleetwood Mac, to go your own way. I guess.
You're gonna sing it for a second.
So this is just a great album. The early Animals stuff. House of the Rising Sun, I'm Crying, Boom Boom, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, Bring It On Home to Me, We Got to Get Out of This Place, It's My Life. Just great stuff. Really awesome stuff. So it's the greatest hits album, but still it's a pick just because it's I don't know. Definitely, you can buy this album, and it kind of summarizes the earlier Animals, which I think sometimes they can be a little patchy because they sort of had that, the Mersey beat sound, and it is what it is. The hits are the way to go with them. So, all right, your turn.
My turn. I didn't necessarily pick a theme, but I end up with the same kind of music I always listen to, so I guess there's a theme to that. My first pick. Donovan, A Gift from a Flower to a Garden.
Now, David showed one of those on his pick, so...
We took the LPs out so I can show you the grade inside here. 2 LP box here. Ours is kind of an alright shape, a little funny. There's a phenomenal folder of... Here, let me pull a good one here. Really wonderful illustrations with the
lyric sheet.
The lyrics. Lovely. I love Donovan. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of very quiet and lyrical, and Donovan, all of the good stuff he does.
I think that's definitely like an underrated. I think it's an underrated album of his. I mean, I think that a lot of people always think of Sunshine Superman and Mellow Yellow and all those albums, but this one is sort of. I mean, I think that was his kind of. His biggest thing into the Flower Child movement, and really after that album, that was sort of he kind of changed his direction, I guess. But that was probably him at his most psychedelic in a way, psychedelic folk, if you will.
Well, psychedelic, but just really quiet and soft, and it's not like crazy bus guitars.
No, I mean that's Sunshine Superman's more of the kind of on the heavier side.
Yeah, it's just really nice.
I think it's nice. And we picked this up when we were in Philadelphia. We we visited some friends of ours, relatives, if you will, and we had the other 2 albums. We still have them, but we saw the box set of this, and we're like, okay, well, we got to get the box set because I mean, look at that. It's lovingly done. It's the way to go. So.
Shape. That's the way to go.
Very cool.
Okay, so that's pick number 1. Pick number 2, Sufjan Stevens, Come on, Feel the Illinois. Mark introduced me to Sufjan, like he introduces me to many, many things, most of everything I listen to. But it's really cool.
This is definitely another.
You talk about this because
this was
talk about better than I
to
can.
me. I mean, this was another one of those sort of record store kind of things. This came out I think in 2005. I want to say 2005, and we had I don't know if we had a promo copy of it. My sister suggested it to me. She said, you'll like this guy, sort of like folk music. I mean,
it's like you here in his pendant. It's this little bearded guy.
There was. I was listening to a lot of newer stuff, so it was a very refreshing, and I mean it's a great the way that the album plays. It's a great sort of concept album. You just kind of put it on and you just immerse yourself into it, and just one song sort of flows into the next, into the next, into the next. So
and, most of the songs are kind of based on real events that have happened.
Well, that's like some of the pictures on the inside, like the John Wayne Gacy.
The first song is concerning UFO sighting near Highland, Illinois.
Yeah.
Cool with me, aliens.
And I think on the inside you got John Wayne Gacy there, right there with the little skull balloons, Illinois resident. So probably big. I'm sure that's. I wonder if Matt has this one in his collection, so he probably should. But if you have the CD version, the original one actually had Superman right here because it was, you know, Metropolis is in Illinois, basically. It's supposed to be Chicago, Illinois, and the LP never, LP came out after the CDs, so they put the balloons there instead after DC Comics sort of did a cease and desist. Yep.
Nope.
Last pick.
My last pick, my girl, Joanna Newsom, The Milk-Eyed Mender. This is my favorite Joanna album. I do a really good Joanna Newsom impression, which I'm going to spare you. I think she has the most unique voice of all the people creating music right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to see her in concert at some point. This came out 2004. And
and that was the I don't want to sound nostalgic, but that definitely that period. I don't know if it was because I was working at the record store at that time, or to me it just seemed like there was a lot of really cool stuff coming out. Like Sunvolt had a great album. Who else had My Morning Jacket had Z come out, which was a really good album. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
But not all of those bands had a unicorn on their front cover.
The Sprout and the Bean.
Just so good.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's good.
So that's it. So there's 3 days, and it's about
6 albums.
12 minutes, so we're right on schedule. So we'll see you tomorrow, and take care.
Bye.